Okay, I just made a 47-minute video clearly about his case on my iPad or whatever. And it went off. Like, when I started talking about what really was going on, because I was channeling and he was showing me, and the ancestors was showing me and telling me, it went off. Talking about some low on storage, but let's get to it since we low on storage. And I'm gonna see if I could obtain that first video, but this is part 2 of finishing this. So, ooh, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Thank you, God. Back to what I was saying from part 1. All this shit is a sacrifice, and somebody's saving face or trying to cover up their face or cover up the part that they had to play in here. And I would show y'all something here, but since I'm using my phone, I can't now, which was gonna tie into this reading here. Mind you, we even have the word sacrifice here. Sacrifice came out in this reading as well from the first one, as y'all gonna see. Give me accurate, honest, clear, and precise communication, spirit. Like, kind, pure-hearted, descended ancestors, I remove all demonic and negative entities and energies from this reading at this time that interferes and gives us false information. I release at this time and I rebuke. I send them back to abyss where they no longer exist. I call upon your light, kind, pure-hearted, ascended ancestors and energy and masters to give me nothing but clear and precise messages. What happened to Derek? What happened to Derek? Yeah, stand your ground here. Flipped out. So when it came to his destiny here, I think that's why he was so gullible when it came to his situation, because he was standing his ground. He didn't want them to like run him off, or he didn't want them to feel like, you know, they had the upper hand on him, the upper advantage. But in reality, he didn't know that. It was like 30v1. A group of motherfuckers that gang stalked, possibly harassed him behind closed doors. If he didn't know he was being harassed, he was being harassed. Because I'm seeing group chats going around. Like, I don't know why, it's like Spirit showing me a phone and showing me multiple numbers in a group chat. And it's like they going around saying what happened, or they going around talking about it. And somebody's like incriminating themselves. Yeah, at the beginning of the first read, I said they sacrificed him for material and spiritual. And what is this material and spiritual prosperity here? With crown chakra. When I seen his body decapitated and placed in the middle of a circle, and then you kept getting circles out here too as well. What happened to you? Give me accurate, honest, clear communication. Give me one card at a time. Give me one card at a time. Power, awareness. It's like everybody knew it was going to be a sacrifice but him. But they did this shit for fame, stability, power. Like, it's just some sick shit. Like, it's nothing beyond this besides sick, demonic shit. It was all the whole, he ran off with somebody's money pack. He might have ran off with a little 250, okay? Or whatever the case was. But that money could be let go. That shit could come and go. That's not nothing to really kill nobody or set nobody up behind. You gotta look beyond, deeper than just something surface level beef. It's not it is every day that people go missing and shit, but it's not like every day that it's a whole fucking friendship group getting online laughing about somebody going missing that they claim is their friends. Somebody talking about mental health. He was depressed, but he wasn't suicidal. He didn't shoot his fucking self. He didn't kill himself. I'm not picking up on that information. He not even showing me that. I am getting the energy of him being like in the woods, right? They could have boxed him in the woods. I'm seeing him like more than one person. It could be like 4 to 5 of them in a group, like boxing him in the woods and taking his pipe off him and his cellular device, making him turn off his location. That's where they could have kidnapped him at. Yeah, awareness again. Firm foundation here. This wanted to come out, but I had ended up putting it back. Y'all didn't see it, but firm foundation keep coming out. It was like somebody was so sure this shit was gonna play out the way that it played out, and I'm not gonna lie, this shit did play out the way that they manifested it, the way that it was orchestrated to play out. But they all did that shit to eat, to survive. It's just the way of life, the cycle. But in a watch party, I'm picking up on like elites or higher ups or certain satanic occult, certain people eating him, dismembering of the body, mixing blood and certain things that shouldn't be fucking done, bro. Ew. And it's like they seen this. It was like a watch party for it, or somebody seen this. Not everybody was invited here, is what I'm saying. Not everyone was invited to this watch party. Those who participated and involved, it was like a must attend, or like something. It got something to do with their like mental state. It's like something that they had to witness or something that they had to see after the sacrificing and the ritual. But they killed him in fear for adrenochrome. They needed his blood they needed him to be in fear. Something about his blood, the taste of different types of blood is what I'm picking up on. When it's like, okay, so they showing me like, okay, it's like when you running or like your heart beating really, really fast, that's adrenochrome. Okay, cool, right? But when you're running or like when you doing something that's active that gets your heart pumping and beating, but you're in fear while doing so, it pumps it. It's like those molecules run through the blood. That's adrenochrome. And what I'm seeing is what it does, it gives the, I guess the higher ups or the elites eternal youth. I'm picking up on like something about them looking more youthful, feeling more youthful, being more powerful. But I'm also picking up on like them mixing this blood with certain animals too as well. But it has to be a certain blood type. My right hand itching so bad. Yeah, it has to be a certain blood type. This was orchestrated. Yeah, solar plexus. He had that aura to him. That energy. I'm also picking up on the energy of he was still alive to this day. Like they probably would have gotten farther in life, or like would have been more successful with business ideas. Something about business ideas come into play. Like when I said at the beginning of the first one, because this part 2 might, remind you, they would have definitely got farther as a group. Ooh, look at that. They would have definitely got farther as a group. Yeah, wisdom and harmony. What the fuck? He was supposed, like I said, he was supposed to meet a female. And I'm getting light, bright yellow chick, like, but I'm picking like she's a whore, gang. Even if they don't know she's a whore, she's a whore. Like, this is somebody that jacks niggas off and suck dick, gang. And it's like, you can't turn a hoe into no housewife, but he could have been like messing around with her or sneaking around with her. Like, they all could have, like, not they all could have been doing it, but she could have been fucking with like 2 to 3 of them, or at least 2. He thought he could trust her, but she's not to be trusted at all. My PC keep going off and shit. I get that it's like he wasn't fucking depressed. I mean, not, he was depressed. He wasn't suicidal. Like, yes, he felt numb at times, but most times he was okay. Like, this was like something that he could get through his every day-to-day life. He's okay. Most times he did feel numb. I get that. But it's not like no shit to where he would want to go take his own life. And if that was the case, he would have let somebody know that. He would have let this female know that. Or know that. Or he could have told this female that he was depressed or he was going through things. And she went back and told them and snaked him out. And they made it painted a narrative or like lied to the mass media as if he was just going through shit and he was depressed. When in reality, he did have his own. He had what he needed to have in order to stay afloat in this life and in this reality. But they painted a narrative or painted a certain image. Yeah. Victory and success. Like, somebody's very fucking sneaky. I don't like it. Everybody's very fucking sneaky. That's why I'm picking up on it. They dismembered him, but I'm also picking up on like an apartment number 1141 or 411, or it's something about the numbers. It could be 114-1, or like building 1, apartment 114-4411, something. I also picked up on it was some more apartments. Fuck, I channeled it when I was in the car. But I picked up on some apartments in Atlanta. Whoever stayed at these apartments knows some sort of information, or they hiding evidence for one of these people. Cause I'm getting like, I picked up on those apartments. And then I also seen the words NC, which stands for North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, for abbreviation here. I kept picking up on the energy of Jonesboro, however you say that shit. I picked up on a cabin in a wooded area in Jonesboro, or I picked up on a cabin like somewhere in that area here. Whereas to it, this cabin has a particular, like, it's a deep freezer where they keep meats or keep certain things, like butcher's meat is what I just heard. Or like where they butcher something and bring these exotic meats to this cabin here and put them in deep freezers. Cause I'm seeing a group, or like a group of men outside in a wooded area where these cabins are. This was kind of like a trip here. Somebody took a trip, went somewhere, went on a trip. I heard alibi. Somebody's trying to make it seem like it was all about his mental state. No, the fuck it wasn't, gang. Why am I talking like that? No, the fuck it wasn't. Like, that's how you know when you deep in your channeling. Because you start, I mean, I already be talking like a young YN sometimes. But, you know. Yeah, victory and success here again. Just split the dick. But victory and success came out again. So on their end, they got a victory here. Nobody will be literally charged and prosecuted for his disappearance, is what I'm seeing. Like, none of his friends or his quote unquote the people that, you know, played a part in this situation won't be charged and prosecuted because they don't have enough evidence or it's not enough foul play in the situation here. But in reality, two men in law enforcement, a white male and a black male specifically, had a part to play in it. And why and how? Because they're tied into a specific male from a specific occult here. And I don't want to say the name on my shit, so the name won't be spoken on here. Just use your intuition or do your research if you're not into occultism or, you know, of the worldly spiritual things, and you just this regular citizen and all you know is Jesus. So it's like, you know, do your research, boo. Like I said, I picked up on a cabin, going towards north, in the heart of North Carolina, going towards, by the way. And I also picked up on, like I said, an apartment complex. I don't know, it's called Eastgate Apartments. Thank you, Spirit. They just gave it back to me. Cause like I said, I forgot what the name was when I channeled it, but it's called Eastgate Apartments here. And I picked up on like somebody staying or somebody who knows one of these boys, could be like a family member of one of these boys, or like a close friend, or somebody that's not associated with their original friend group here. They stay at Eastgate Apartments. That's like hiding information or know some information or hiding evidence for this particular group or this person that kept some sort of evidence from this group. Yeah, solitude. Like kept something away from somebody that's being in solitude. Fuck. He didn't shoot himself, but when it was in the woods, they did box him in, corner him in, take his pipe like I originally stated. And then he was also laced or drugged up on something, whatever it is, because I am seeing like smoke. I'm seeing smoke, like smoke in the air. That's what I'm seeing. Because I could see him being at Target and him getting out of the car because he was supposed to meet someone, which was this female. Hence to why the other two left him. But he didn't meet this female. He ended up meeting this group of men that he was familiar with, shall I say. And then they ended up putting him in a car, or he got in his car, or this so-called Uber. And I could see them driving from the Target area to the apartment area. And I could see them smoking or like doing something. But he was familiar with them. It was like they was doing something that I don't think they was fully smoking inside of the car. I'm not really seeing smoke inside of the car. Somebody else could have been smoking in his car. Or like, you know, they was getting secondhand high or some shit. But I could see them pulling into the like apartment complex, or like being inside of the apartment complex here. Then I could see them like actually somebody tampered with evidence when it came to camera footage. Somebody also paid somebody for their Ring camera footage. Let's see. But yeah, I could see them leaving, getting out the car, walking towards the wooded area. But only reason why he got in the car is because he still had his pipe on him. So he felt like You know, he was gullible. That's the energy I kept picking up on. Like, ain't no way, you know, my nose itching. That's the old man, a sign. And then I seen crows earlier today too. And then a bird literally got on top of the hood of my car and stirred me dead in my fucking soul before I came in here to do this reading. Like, my nose keep itching, like. And then on top of, back to what I was saying, they could have took him, like, they could have all walked to this wooded area within the woods. Like, he knew, like, but he was gullible, but he like, nah, you know, they ain't go, you know, I got my, they can't, you know, twin ain't going. So that's the energy that it was giving. And then next thing you know, boom, somebody up 5, boxed him in, you know, give me that, made him turn off his location, took the phone, took his 5, and then next thing you know, they made him walk on feet. They was walking on feet, going into the gate, or like going into this specific gate. Like, when they came out the woods, I see like them splitting up, and I see a particular person walking with him from the woods area. And they go back into like this gate, or they go into a gate, into this apartment. They went inside a specific apartment here that's within that area. It's like a unit within that area here. My nose itching. I forgot to mention though, before they up 5 and shit on him, I feel like they smoked, or like they was doing something in the woods. They was smoking with him, or they laced him, injected something in him, put something in him, like laced, or it was something that they did to make his heart start accelerating and going crazy like that, because he was like in fear. But I do, before, you know, them walking back to the apartment with him and shit. Hold on, because I might have twisted that, because I'm hearing him say, like, we walked in, like, we got out the car, we drove. Okay, so what he's saying is, all right, it's coming too fast, slow down, hold on. Okay, so he could have got out the car, right? I mean, they could have got him, kidnapped him. Okay, so he was at Wutu. They got him while he was in the so he was in a car that, allegedly, those two young men pulled off, left him there because he was supposed to meet with somebody. And in the midst of him waiting and meeting, his so-called ops seen him. But they been watching him, like I said, because they been had eyes on him. They was gang stalking him the whole time. So originally they already knew what he was. It just so happened that they needed the plot and a plan to take place and take effect in what happened. So they needed to keep eyes on him to ensure that he don't go anywhere, or, you know, they don't miss their target. So what he's saying is, because he was like, you said it backwards, but okay. So what he said was, they got him waiting at the Target, or whatever the case is. You know, he got in the car. Like, they could have said, you know how somebody pull up on side of you when you walking somewhere? Because he could have been walking down that road, like red wine, you know, going towards, you know, walking down that red wine apartment road, whatever, that area. So he was walking down that area, and I see them pulling up, or somebody pulling up. But yes, they was in the car smoking. Somebody was in that car smoking regardless. So that's what gave him the illusion, like, you know, they ain't on shit. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, we had words exchanged, differences, but somebody gave off the illusion that they wasn't really mad at him, or, you know, they might have had an argument and then they okay. Hence to why he got in that car with his pipe, and why he still got the car, because he knew he had his pipe on him, or whatever. But he was still gullible to get in the car. And then on top of that, I could see them driving to like somewhere by Red something apartments or whatever. And I could see him getting out the car with another person. Look at that. This is 2 red birds, by the way. And if y'all don't know, that's the ancestors coming through the dead, the deceased. And then you got this bird sitting up here on top of this building, just speculating shit, spectating. And this bird give me the energy of somebody watching, like neighborhood watch, like a spy type shit. Because that bitch been sitting up there the whole time I've been doing this reading. Just watching. But, yeah, so he made me retell y'all it like that. That's what happened. And then I could see him and another person getting out the car while the rest of them stay in the car or whatever the case is. And then they walking through this gate. And then when they walk through this gate, I see them. I'm seeing them walk past some apartments or some units here. I'm seeing them walk past some apartments or some units to get to the woods or get to the wooded area. I could see the person that he with texting somebody or texting a group. And that's how they boxed him in. That's how they boxed you in and took your pipe off you. It was like a setup. He was set up within a setup, which is so fucking crazy. Because he was under the impression, they made him feel safe when he got in the car. Like, you know, yeah, we argued, yeah, we did this, and yeah, we did that. Woo-doo-woo, shit like that. And that's confirmation. They made him feel safe when he got in, or he somewhat felt safe because that's the energy that they gave off of. Like, yeah, nigga, we argued and we did this and we did that, but when have you ever known me to, like, even though, you know, one took him down and he, you know, forgave him for their takedown. But the one that took him down was in the car with them that day as well. It's like a surface level setup and a setup within a setup mixed with lies, mixed with deceit, mixed with some of these people are unfamiliar faces that he didn't even recognize or know. They just played the part. Damn, I'm channeling real bad. I keep picking up on this female, bro. I keep picking up on a light bright bitch that he was supposed to meet. I keep telling y'all this. But she set him up and she set him up and she texted the ones that pulled up at their target. The 2 that left him there at the target, they knew of this setup and this plot and this plan too as well. Why? Because it was an inside job. They was paid and they also helped sacrifice him. One helped sacrifice for the money. Another one helped sacrifice to boost his career, to boost his advanced placements in life. The one that he was with, that he was walking with to go to the woods, that one helped sacrifice him too as well. That one helped, like, that one got to know him and realized he was jealous of Red when he did get to know him. Oh, this nigga think he all that. He think he get bitches, huh? That's what I hear. Bitch, yes, he is all that, bitch. All that, a bag of chips and hot fries, hoe. Fuck is you talking about? Bitch, you a small fry. Literally. That's big dog. Bitch, you're not big dog. Your energy never gave big dog. Your energy never gave, you know, Bitch, when he come around and he in a room with you, a bitch will choose him before they choose you. That's why you mad. Yeah, the waiting game. This shit was orchestrated. They all sat around and waited. When they kidnapped him in the woods, he wasn't dead that day. They waited. What the fuck? Look, the waiting game. Financial and material changes here. Like, come on now. Fertility was behind that because that's something that somebody was planning on doing. That's something that somebody was watering. That's something that somebody was like growing. They wanted to manifest this demise. That's confirmation. Look at that disruption. He could have felt like he was the way he was, cornered in, boxed in mentally. He didn't know how to go about the situation. Kind of like a people pleaser in a way. Like it's giving me not airhead. His personality is giving me like not airhead. It's giving me like I got a big heart, and his situation is similar to many others, bro. And I know because I was almost once him. So it's like, it's kind of sad. And it's disgusting, quite frankly, the lengths that people will go in life to reach levels and be who the fuck they're not. And the crazy part about it is, two of their ass that played the part was almost sacrificed by the same person they called to hit. But they time coming though. What goes around comes around. A hit dog holler. I'm on that ass like a tag fag, is what I just heard. Somebody's sick in the head. Well, they all sick in the fucking head. If you got a part to play, of course. We're all gonna be sick in the head. Somebody has immunity here. If somebody do go down or like they try to charge somebody for this, they pin this on that person. But I'm not seeing nobody being charged at all, really. And if somebody is charged for the case or charged for something in particular, it's because they were willing to compromise other people's freedom, including their own, to tell the truth here. So they'll rather sacrifice that person too, just like how they did him. If this person get to singing like a bird. So don't be surprised if somebody that was once talking just disappear from social media. Yeah, moving on. They just disappear from social media. Also, pay attention to people moving out of state here or people going to different places. A sacrifice only lasts for so long. So also pay attention to people around them that might, one, either get sick, two, start dropping like flies and dying, three, become very extremely toxic. You might start to see their energy shift or like a demonic entity attached to them. The pupils of their eyes start turning very dark and demonic. Like if their eyes are naturally a dark brown color, it might become black. The white around their eyes might be little to none. That person got a demonic entity attachment, or these people will have demonic entities attachments. Somebody will never know what the fuck peace feels like in this situation here. Because they tried to make him feel like he was cornered in, boxed in, and not knowing what peace is. But see, the universe is on his side and the universe got his back. Somebody wanted to, and it's crazy because you got temptation and you got universe. So somebody could have been given the options to choose. You either gonna choose the light or you gonna choose the dark, and somebody chose the dark, and now they never know what the fuck peace feels like. I'm seeing one of their ass on drugs real bad. Somebody gonna be drugged up, doped up in the next couple years. Possibly get a bad drug or a bad fucking pill and start foaming out the mouth. The ones that do got businesses in terms of like clothing brands, one of theirs might be sacrificed next. Well, ain't no even one of them was gonna be sacrificed next, because originally one of them was supposed to be the sacrifice, but then they ended up choosing him. But he was never supposed to die. He was supposed to bring business opportunities. I'm saying something about YouTube here. Something about being under contract. These people could also be under contract too as well, and under oath when it comes to running a fucking mouth. When it comes to saying certain things, it's certain things that they can't get up on the internet and say. Especially from their own accounts as well. Yeah, you got Foundation and Adventures, a group of motherfuckers that partook in his disappearance here. Yeah, a waiting game again. They waited to do something on a specific day, a specific holiday, a specific day, a day that's known to them. They got everything fucked up and mixed up in his story. Kidnapped him in the woods, boxed him in, drugged him, made him run in fear in the woods, through the woods for his life, while all being chased by this white man that's in law enforcement, by the way. And I'm seeing this white man actually like grabbing a hold of him and like strangling him, and then not killing him in a way right then and there, because he didn't die in the woods, he didn't die there, but he was most definitely like laced and, you know, shit like that, and he was running. I seen him running from this white male, and then I could see him like tripping and falling on some shit and like fucking himself up, like hitting his head or something, or hitting something. And then I could see this white male catching a hold of him, or catching him and like kneeing on his fucking chest, choking him, strangling him, but to the point where he's unconscious but conscious enough. But I could also see them taking him to an apartment unit. That's what I kept picking up on, the number. Or something could have happened at 11:41, or it all happened late at night, and they getting the dates mixed up, telling y'all different shit when really it didn't happen when they said it happened. And mind you, the only reason why he stayed, because he just said like the only reason why he stayed, like after eviction, he went with the one with the Tesla as him. Those two, the light bright and him, went with the one with the Tesla. Light bright didn't want to go home and wanted to be up brown skin ass. And brown skin, oh, and on top of that, light bright knew about the scheme and applied in the plan, because light bright was part of it and needed to watch him and keep eyes on him while the other one went into Target. So it's like they all had a part to play in it, and it's just like different details and different stuff to the story that they like taking out. I said stuff, like somebody was stuffing something. Or if they do have a funeral, they might stuff his body. I just picked up on taxidermy. If there even is a fucking funeral, because I'm not really seeing that unless they come with all the body parts and then they do taxidermy, or like they on some sick shit. It's like some sick demonic shit, bro. I don't think it's gonna be no funeral because he missing. And they can't bring all the body parts because barbecue, you know? Higher ups, elites, barbecue, mystery meat, all for advancements and placements in life and for power. What did the elites gain out of this is what somebody asking, right? Power. Eternal youth. Fun. Games to them. Well, what did everybody else gain that helped? As I've stated previously before, advanced placements in careers, fame, wealth, can't be riches. Only way they can be rich is if they don't let baby in them level. And they willing to, well, they did compromise his soul, so they pretty much did sell out. The next step is signing more contracts and completely selling your soul, giving out for an entity to be attached to your fucking spine, connected to your pineal gland. The people that we see, they friends, like, these are no longer their actual, like, these are not people we're talking, these are fucking demonic entities attached to these people vessel. These niggas ain't thinking for their fucking self. They working for the higher ups and they working for the elites. They all tied in. They all played the part to sacrifice him. They all wanted material wealth and materialistic gain. That's why they laughing. That's why the shit ain't, you know, really worth finding. He ain't really worth finding, shall I say. Not the shit, but that's why they feel like he not really worth finding. In reality, his soul was different. They compromised it. They compromised him to the devil, to him downstairs. Again, I'm gonna take this card at this point. Look at this bitch. This light bright yellow ass bitch. Like, she made him feel as though she seen him and he was hurt, and she got his back and he opened up to her, bro. And she snaked him. All for what? Money? She would never know what the fuck love feels like ever again. This female that snaked him out, when she could have, in reality, she could have told him, listen, they after you. Listen, these people want you. This group, this organization, they want you. It's deeper than just the situation where niggas stealing your, breaking your car and you stealing their money. They want you. And they tried to get me to be in this. They tried to get me to put, like, you know, she could have told him that. But in reality, and she was a sellout, just like the rest of them. She didn't tell him shit. Why? Right, foundation and adventures. She didn't tell him shit. She wanted that money. She want to take them trips with her bitches. She want to shake her ass on the motherfucking yacht somewhere. And it's like all that compromise for him, all that for a soul taken. You compromised that. You compromised her soul for his. Bitch, you tainted your spirit and your soul to take him out. They all ate off the death of him, the disappearance of him. Yeah, headache and loss here. Somebody could be going through sleepless nights, not getting enough rest, not getting enough sleep here. Yeah, their spirit is tainted. They soul tainted. Somebody disturbed. There will be no rest for the wicked, is what I just heard. Give me accurate, honest, clear communication. Like, can I clear how to descendant ancestors? Thank you. You got emotional withdrawal here. On top of memories of love. Like I said, this shit was orchestrated. Organized crime is what I picked up on previously. The only reason why it was orchestrated is because he was a sacrificial lamb here. Like I said, originally 2 other people were supposed to be the sacrificial lamb because they have businesses, right? In terms of this friendship group. Another person, majority of them have businesses, don't get me wrong, but I'm picking up on 2 specific people that were supposed to be sacrificed within this group because they have businesses. So it was going to be like a policy pulled out, and it's deep, y'all. It's deep. It's deep. Everybody had a part to play except the mother. This whole situation is eerie, disgusting, vile, and inhumane. I feel like that's where he get that gullible mentality from. Because his mom could be naive to a lot of things. His mother could be very naive when it comes to certain shit. She don't want to believe that, you know, not like that. Same for him when I was picking up on him when he was coming through. Because right now the ancestors talking. But when he was coming through, letting me know how they was doing something, I kept getting, ain't no way twin. Kind of like, not shock, but disbelief. Not wanting to really accept the reality of the fact of what happened. But in reality, it happened. Which it caused him to no longer have a physical vessel. He's still here. Don't get me wrong. If you're clairvoyant and you know you can see spirits and the dead and bitches, I've been doing this shit since a kid. As Floridians would say, since a jit, bitch. Right, spiritual strength here. Somebody sacrificed him for power. Like, right. They all had a part to play though. And it's like, to a point, the whole situation gets tiring and draining. Because that's how he felt emotionally here. Tired and drained. They could have been using energy weapons on him too as well. For him to be feeling that way. But when he died out of fear. But I do get the sense of him being put up, and after they took him from the wood, after they kidnapped him in the woods, I get the sense of them taking him back to an apartment around the area that they was in. Them gates that he walked through, it's a unit over there that's connected to another unit that doesn't have anybody within those units, but it's like people would never really know because it's ducked off, or like they would never really know about that part of the building with those units is where they put him. And it could be no way that nobody's seen nothing, because they be having police officers there. So they paid, I'm picking up on like allegedly East Point Police Department paying I mean, not East Point Police Department. They paid East Point Police Department to keep their mouth closed. But they could also be paying other people for ring camera footage or, you know, just certain shit. And they paying people to lie and say they fucking seen him when in reality they haven't seen shit. And they giving people shit to place in different spots and saying that they found them when in reality they didn't. They're just mixing up the story. And it's causing chaos and confusion amongst people that genuinely wants to know what happened to him. Yeah, throat chakra. He could have been very vocal with a female here. What I said, material and spiritual prosperity. That's what they sacrificed them for. And I'm going to put this on top of sacrifice because it's true. And that shit clear as day. Somebody grandmother is tearing their ass up in a spirit game. I kid you not. She making his ass think about that moment of what he's seen at this watch party or this host party when it comes to this barbecue shit or this mystery meat shit where you watch the elites eat a human. That's why I kept picking up on the shit inhumane or inhumane. Like, I kept picking up on that. Hold on. No, I said hold on. I said hold on. Yeah, mental conflict. And that's crazy because I just said somebody's grandmother tearing that ass up to the point where this memory gonna play back in somebody's head forever. Yeah, suffering in fucking silence. Like, what I say, is somebody else, this memory gonna play back in their head for fucking ever. Another one of them gonna fucking take hella drugs to dose out the shit cause it's like the demons chewing that one up. Another one gonna be toxic within his relationships and possibly end up killing his bitch or something or doing something weird. Stay away from that one. Or sacrificing his bitch next or doing something weird. Pay attention to people that become ill or drop dead around these people, whether it be a fucking dog, a cat, a mouse, an elderly woman, they cousin, anybody. Like, stay away from these people because the energy that's on these motherfuckers are like very dark, very demonic spirits here. And a lot of people are vibrating so fucking low that they wouldn't even notice the fucking entities upon these people or this particular group because they masked it. Like, they're masked. A demon not gonna show you who the fuck they truly is up front. You gotta be behind closed doors, face to face with that person, by yourself, without the cameras, without anybody else in the room. A motherfucker show you their true colors. Show who the fuck they really is. Especially with the Ace of Swords popping out. All this shit is sick and eerie and dark. It's like some deep dark web, David versus Celeste type shit. But it's all tied in because it's all similar industries. If it makes sense. If you know, you know. If you don't, get the fuck off this video and go do your research because this video ain't for you. So if I'm sounding like some type of crazy ass woman or some type of crazy lady to you, this shit not for you, gang. Find your crowd and find your people. Bitch, beat the block. Beat it. Michael Jackson, ho. Give me accurate, honest, clear communication on Derek Samuels. Derek Samuels, if you would like to come through in this reading, give me accurate, honest, clear communication on you. What would you like for me to tell the mass and the media here at this time? I keep hearing that too. Check phone pings in the area. Check who phones in the area. Something about that area and these people. Like, they need to go to their houses and take all their devices is what I'm seeing. Investigate them for 48 hours. Go to their houses and take their phones and ping, see where their phones pinged at in that area. And that's going to give you a clue. But then again, Like, yeah, he wanted me to say check the phones and ping and shit in the area, but we got to think about it. If he was a sacrifice, it's not going to really be too much to his case. It's going to be another unsolved, closed case or another unsolved mystery case, just like how the rest of the cases was. In some cases, we know what happened to certain individuals, but not everything is put out there by, you know, the people. But in this case, it's like bits and pieces. This was kind of like an experiment for the higher ups. An experiment in, like, it's kind of, I'm saying like a food chain or something. Something about a food chain. Like we just play food to their ass or something. Or like just everybody that had a part to play and involved is like very fucking stupid. And somebody is very gullible, and it's not just him that I'm talking about, not being disrespectful in a way. Cause bitch, I communicate with the deceased, so I talk to their ass like they still alive. Around here, you just ain't got no physical vessel. Somebody else is very gullible in a way though. Because it's like they joined this group or they joined this organization thinking that these people fuck with them, or thinking that this group of niggas fuck with them. Whole time this group of niggas really don't even fuck with them like that. Ain't gonna do their ass in just as bad. But really this group, this particular group or these people is just using this person or this masculine energy here, or he was using them to get to another person. I'm kind of getting like water boy or like store runner. Bitch, go get my cigars, bitch. But that means we still don't fuck with you like that though. You just had a little part to play. That was just a little part. But you still not important in this story. It's like somebody make a group of motherfuckers make this person feel like he's not important. But he plays the part by being store runner, or he plays the part by doing what the fuck they say do. This a whole bunch of trauma informed and trauma bonded ass niggas and people. They pathetic as fuck, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It's like pathetic. Yeah, intuition. He didn't use his intuition properly when it came to his connection with this female. It landed right on top of harmony. He thought he was he thought this connection was gonna be something, you know, that it wasn't. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And quite frankly, I think she sucked like 2 to 3 of like they did. Or he thought he could trust her because she could have been portraying something that she wasn't to him. But in reality, she's like very backdoor, very grimy. Mind you, you got fertility and you got authority here. So this could be a female tied into authority here. This could be like, I don't know, one of their daughters, one of their cousins, one of their sisters, some shit. Or she could have lied and said he did something. Or she could have just simply helped sacrifice and set him up with his friends that played the part. I'm seeing something about candle burnings here, or burning of candles. Multiple candles here. White doves. I do see him potentially reincarnating after he's released from that period or that phase of like I mean, he knows that he's going clearly, because I do see him standing over his body And like I see him also watching the people lives play out around him. He knows he's like a ghost to people. But if you got the gift, then you have the gift. If you don't, then you don't. I see somebody crying. It could be his energy, or it could be anybody, like energy that's around him. That cry. Like it's like I'm seeing them cry. Somebody is very regretful of what they did or participated in, but it's like I can't go back now, and I can't change the times of the hands of times type shit. And it's like, you know, yeah. Somebody knew he was gonna be a sacrifice, so they was like kind of preparing themselves for it. They started emotionally withdrawing from him. A lot of people had a part to play. It's like each person played their part. Like I said in my part 1 reading, when I did the first reading, because this shit like almost 2 hours long, 2 to 3 hours. Well, not 3, but 2. They all played the part though. All played the part in like setting him up, but only a few played the part in unaliving him. Because I'm like seeing a circle inside of a circle. It's like a larger organization, then you got your smaller organization. Those smaller organizations is part of that larger organization, but only that larger organization had a part to play in his unaliving. That bigger organization, not the smaller organization got a part to play in both, you know? Both. But that bigger organization only has a part to play in his disappearance. They can't really be charged for nothing, or, you know, if it's no evidence, no evidence of the crime, no, they deleted it. Tampering with evidence with cameras is gone. It's gone. Like, it's just not here. Yeah. Discontent and boredom. Somebody feels bored without him being around. Somebody misses him. That could also be the energy that I was picking up on, the person that's crying here with the emotional withdrawal. Somebody could have withdrawn from, like, withdrawn their energy or their emotions from him because they knew what was to come or what was to, you know, play out. Everybody knew Derek Samuels was going to die before he even knew. He knew the day of when it played out. That's when he knew. That's why his energy was very like frantic. When I first picked up, like my heart was beating fast. Felt like somebody done drugged me. Lack of water, lack of food, dehydration, all type of shit. Everything is not for the weak. Is why they had 2 circles. Your larger circle and your smaller circle. Your larger circle are the ones that help orchestrate and help sacrifice. I mean, not help sacrifice, help. Well, yes, they did help sacrifice because they helped set them up. And then you have your smaller circle, the ones that actually did the killing. The ones that actually took place in gaining certain shit off his death. But they didn't dismember his body in Camp Creek. They didn't dismember his body in Atlanta. I'm sensing that they took him way to North Carolina. He wasn't alive when he went to North Carolina. I feel like they did the ritual and the sacrificing at a warehouse somewhere around Georgia, somewhere around wherever it was, but not nowhere near Camp Creek. Did he go missing and disappear near Camp Creek? Yes, he did. Was he put up in one of them apartment units at Camp Creek? Dehydrated, lack of anything? Yes, he was. In fear for his life, yes. Did he die on a specific day that he got evicted? No, he did not. He went to, you know, the person named that started with a K house and was over there up until they went to Camp Creek, which they had a charge report a couple minutes down the street from Camp Creek anyway. So what was the whole specific or the reason for going over there? Mind you, I feel like Camp Creek is the devil's playground. Yes, it's a shopping center. Yes, it's a whatever. But to me, the devil's playground is the Fed's playground. If you can't, you know, hurt somebody without going to jail over there, what the fuck makes you think somebody could go missing and not be no footage over there? And they not reaching out to people and calling police and doing certain things. Why? Because the feds have a part to play. They played their part. They got paid to shut the fuck up. They got paid to not do their job. So they sat on their ass and they let the media do their fucking job while also pointing the fingers at each other and mixing stories up and putting things out there and paying other people to say things that's not fucking true. In the next couple of years, these boys will be falling out, or not specifically all of them. I see some of them going their separate ways and shit because they no longer trust each other, or you know, they sense backdoor energy, or they feel like it's backdoor energy. They don't separate is what I'm seeing. So you might see somebody on live saying, oh, we fuck with this group of people but we don't fuck with these people, or we fuck with this person but we don't fuck with these people. They all got trust issues now. It's like not trusting each other. Hence to why some of them will start splitting up and not be as close as they once was. But in reality, some of them wasn't never really close. Because you would have like this one closer to this person, but they all still cool. And you would have these three closer. Like, I don't know. I just heard a content creator house won't be had without Rick. Something about his energy is his aura. Like, I feel like he would have brought the business ideas. Something about if they was on YouTube specifically or doing something in general when it came to content creating, when it came to YouTube. I see later on down the line, because he was never supposed to die. It was supposed to be the other two with clothing brand businesses. Between one of them was supposed to go. But somebody did him out of jealousy and spite. And his aura, and his soul, and his spirit. And they all laughed about it, and they mocked him. But I do see them moving him from them apartments to North Carolina. But on their way to North Carolina, he's already dead. He's already deceased. And I see them bringing him to a cabin here and dismembering of his body. Like chopping it up into pieces. I seen like a saw. Like they sawing. Like it's a specific way that they're doing it. Like, but I'm seeing like a black trash bag sawing, dismembering of something, taking something like apart, kind of like pulling apart, taking something apart, but it can't be put back together. Another person feel like, damn, this is a one in a lifetime opportunity. I'm gonna hop on that bandwagon and eat dick for money. Now your dumb ass got a fucking entity attachment to you. Now you're no longer finna be thinking for your fucking self. You jumped on the bandwagon and started eating dick immediately. Eating eggs immediately, bitch. Eating sausage immediately. All because you wanted success, you wanted fame, you wanted stability, you wanted money. Bitch, you couldn't hustle and get it out the mud like he did. You want what he had? But that's your homie. He could have just put you on. You don't want what the next man got to offer you, though. You don't want to have to ask a nigga for shit. That's how that person feels. It's like, I'm feeling everybody's energies towards him. They each carry a different emotion and a different energy for him. That's why I'm explaining shit the way that I'm explaining it. They all trifling. Yeah, what? But he will be moving forward. I'm not gonna lie, in the afterlife, the ancestors gonna treat him. And I'm getting 2 pickups for the ancestors treat, right? The ancestors gonna treat a group of motherfuckers in the most humblest, in a harsh way, by the way, might I add. Because motherfuckers walk around this bitch like they can't be touched, and they just this holy, almighty power and this holy, almighty energy. Babes, I'm here to say, you can be touched, whether it be physically or spiritually. Not by me though, but the ancestors gonna handle you, boo. But you got positive movement forward here, which is Rex energy here. I'm seeing the ancestors show him to the light. He will be moving forward. That's why I picked up on from that reincarnation energy here. He will be moving forward and he will come back. And the next time he come back, his soul might be 10 times stronger than what it is now. He might be not, I don't want to say in the industry in his next lifetime or reincarnation, but I will say he will be very popular or very well known here. And this is his reward for motherfuckers sacrificing and setting him up and doing certain things that he wasn't even supposed to be in from jump, because his soul wasn't even supposed to be aligned with these people. It's like these people were orchestrated and put on his path in order to disrupt his destiny or his journey. They been knew he was gonna die. They been knew they was gonna sacrifice him. But in reality, 2 other people were supposed to go before him. But it just so happened they felt like it was the right time to do him. Right then and there. And they also got mad because of a lie that a female told and a lie that a masculine energy told as well. It's like they was forming alliances in the community, just telling lies. Yeah, power. Telling lies, and it got back to a person in power. Everything was orchestrated. Yeah, conflict and defeat here. They put him through the fucking ringer, like, and he was so giving, so loving, so chill when he calm and safe around you. It's just he was gullible and he didn't need friends, but he wanted friends. To the point where it made him feel like he needed friends. But I understand the point of wanting to share your light and wanting to share your personality and wanting to share who you is with the world, but sometimes not all that shit is meant to be shared with people. You gotta learn to withdraw and actually pull back and feed yourself that energy. Yeah, headache and loss. Give me more accurate, honest, clear communication. Give me one at a time. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, this is the last card that fell out, and you got sacral chakra here. For those of you who don't know, your sacral chakra is by your solar plex chakra. And your solar plex chakra is like creating, manifesting, and in this case they manifested his death. using that energy of like solar plexus, and with the sacral chakra, I believe it's like right there located in by your stomach and shit. Damn, I ain't do chakras in a minute. I know what majority of them mean, but I got a brain fart when it comes to sacral. Maybe because I gotta go do something. My friend having a fucking party right now, and I'm supposed to be at the party, but my ass sitting up here doing a 2-hour reading.